Welcome to Ready Set RC, and I've been seeing a ton of these over the years of people doing top fives, and it is finally my time that I'm gonna jump into doing one of these top fives, but we're gonna do it completely different on Ready Set RC, guys. And how we're gonna do it is that we're only gonna do a top five for 2021 only of RCs that I've unboxed on the channel, have put at least one pack through. So sadly to say, like the Armor Vendetta does not make this list, doesn't even make the honorable mention list because I have not put a pack in on that car as of yet. You know, let's kick this off and let's get this thing going, guys. So for honorable mention, in no particular order, I'm gonna put the Losi LMT on this list. And that was an amazing truck. It did not crack the top five, but it was an amazing truck. I think for the most part for me, it's because I'm still learning how to drive a solid axle monster truck in that fashion. As I get to learn to drive that truck a little bit better, maybe it'd be one of those that would cross over into the top five. But for me right now, it's just in the honorable mention. I really like this truck. It's one of the trucks that I think, guys, you should go out and go check. I bought it in the roller form, so I was able to put my own electronics in this, put my own body onto it. You just have to add your own electronics and the body, of course your receiver and your transmitter as well. Definitely a truck that I think you guys should go out and see what it's all about. Next up, I'm gonna put the Armor Vortex on this list. I really like that car. I think Armor failed when it came to marketing this vehicle, and I've said that on my final thoughts video, is that they came out and they just put this truck as a stadium truck basher, and it shouldn't have been. It was, to me, I still feel it's a truck that doesn't quite have an identity. Me, I just made it into an on-road car, made it an on-road basher, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this car so much. I've now got it running with 4S in there. I'm running it with the deep boot rear tires on there, and that video is coming soon, guys, so check that out. But I really like the Armor Vortex. It did not crack the top five, but it definitely was one of those things that I think is worth a look. Check it out. And last up for the honorable mentions, I'm gonna give it to the Mad Van. So that is the Kyosho Mad Van Brushless Edition. This truck is so much fun, guys. I had a blast with this truck. I ran it on 3S. Thought it was a great lineup into Kyosho's bashers. It is a very affordable RC, comes in under $300, and you know, you only need to charge one pack. It's not one of those cars that you got to charge two packs for to get it going. One pack, 2S is more than enough. I only had a 3S pack at the time, and that's what I ran it on. I dialed down the throttle trim on it just to get it to perform like, you know, just to get it to not be a nutball out there. And I love this truck. Something that I think you guys should definitely go out and check. Yes, the question mark is gonna always be parts. If your local hobby store does not support Kyosho, for the most part, you're gonna be stuck with going online, and that's time. There's definitely time there. And that's one of the reasons why I couldn't put this into the list, because things are going to, that's one of the reasons why I could not put it in the top five. Things are going to break on this car. It's not fragile, but it is a smaller RC. Things are gonna break, and you're gonna be forced to going online with it. So it's one of those RCs that I just said, hey, definitely an honorable mention list, but it's not one of those that's going to crack the top five. So let's get into it, guys. The top five, and I'm still struggling what I would put as five and what I would put as one. I think in between, any one of these cars could be mixed around, but I'm trying to, you know, really was tough for me to put like the fifth on this list and the first one on this list. So let's get into this. Coming in at number five is the Habao Hyper MT Plus 2. I truly enjoyed this truck, guys. And I bought this as the almost ready to run. So you had to paint up your own body, you had to put your own electronics, your receiver, your transmitter, all that stuff had to go into the truck. What I also did on this truck as well is I swapped out the springs. I did the optional springs on there a little bit stiffer to give it a little bit more of a firmer ride to it, and I thought that was necessary for this truck as well. But I really like this. Yes, of course, this truck was not released in 2021, but as I said, remember the criteria that I put was having to bought this truck this year in 2021 and also have put in a few packs on the truck. So definitely one of the trucks I think you guys should go check out. Still available on Habao's site. Very durable truck. Yes, parts you're probably gonna have to be stuck going online for it, but this truck is so durable. I've ripped this truck around, I hit this truck off the ramps, and I have to say I've had zero breakages on this. I'm looking to put it through its paces a little bit more as we start to get into 2022, but I really did enjoy this. Bao is one of those lineups that I have not gotten involved into so much over the years. Was a big OFNA guy, and as you guys know, the familiarities between OFNA and Habao. But this was one of my first Habao vehicles, and I truly have to say, guys, I'm interested in looking at what else they're going to have to release for 2022, especially that on-road drag car. Next up at number 4, I'm going to give it to the Axial SCX6. This thing is, I mean, I'm just so impressed, and it is the only crawler on the list, honorable mention or top 5. So it's just something, I know the price tag, $1,100, everyone says it, but you have to understand that there's not much more you're going to do to this truck. I mean, you know, for the most part, it is pretty scale as it comes in. A lot of guys, they like to go over the top, and yes, at the end of the day, they may end up having a $3,000 rig. But for me, I'm gonna keep it within means, man. I think this truck comes in, it looks good. Yes, the servo's a little underwhelming, but I'm gonna ride that thing until it dies, and then I'll swap out the servo on it. I don't think I need more power than 3S in this truck. Guys like to throw 4S in there, guys wanna throw 6S in there. I don't think I need it for this. Brushless power, this truck provides just what I need for it. It commands over most of the stuff that I drive on. I don't live in the Midwest where there's these picturesque scenery, so a lot of my areas are either roots and rocks, so it takes it. And you know, I'm looking forward to taking this to some more of the challenging areas that I have in my area. And you know, I just feel it was one of those vehicles that I had to get for 2021. At number 3, I'm gonna give it to the Team Corrale Radic 6. Over 2021, I bought 2 Team Corrale vehicles, and one actually came in over the holidays of 2020. My wife actually got me the Kronos, but I didn't do the unboxing until 2021. So I'll include that one in the list of the 3 vehicles that I've gotten to Corrale. But I have to say the one that really stood out and shined is the Radic 6. If I could only have one of those 3, it would be the Radic 6. The Radic 6 is an amazing platform. And you know, I pretty much used it as an on-road basher, and I enjoyed it. I threw 6S in there, I ripped it around. That thing was amazing, and I really do feel this is the true bloodline of Team Corrale. They are a race-bred company, and this car shows it. It is such a good RC, and it's worth the look. Most of your part support is going to be online, and I have to say that, you know, Hobby Recreations is one of the companies that I would suggest looking at when you're looking for parts, because they seem to be very stocked when it comes to Team Corrale. Looking forward to seeing what Team Corrale is going to do for 2022. I'm pretty sure the 2022 lineup is coming soon, and it is going to boom because they've put a lot of engineering and fixes to some of the 2021 lineup, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do for 2022. Now, this next vehicle is going to come to you guys as a little bit of surprise. It is clearly not a new vehicle. The design, not new. The vehicle, not new whatsoever, but I did purchase this in 2021. Put a few packs through it through 2021, and I got to say, guys, probably my most surprising vehicle of 2021, and it is the LC Racing EMBT, and it is an amazing platform, and it is the only mini RC on the list. Guys, this thing screams, and I ran 2S, I ran 3S. 3S is insane. 2S, this thing screams. I love this car. And I know a lot of you are not familiar with LC Racing. Check them out. Over 2021, they released a 10 scale RC. I believe it's a buggy. I was interested in that. Most of their RCs are kits. They do have some ready to runs. This one isn't a ready to run RC, but most of their RCs are kits. You guys who like the WL Toys RCs, they're great. I consider them more so of disposable RCs. Yes, you can build them up. Yes, the WL Toys are hobby grades, but if you want to see the next evolution to the WL Toys, it's the LC Racing RCs. They are built up to the nines. Some of them have carbon fiber in them. Price tags are fairly reasonable. These RCs are wonderful to drive. I mean, it's the EMBT feels like a racer. It clearly is, but it can handle a nice light bash out there. I was ripping around with it, took my eye off it, caught a bad tumble, broke some of the plastic parts on the car, and I did a replacement to that, did a replacement video on the channel too as well. But the LC Racing EMBT, Gotta say, my most surprising RC for 2021 and worth a look, guys. And what RC am I gonna say is the #1 RC for 2021 on Ready Set RC? Guys, it's gotta be the Traxxas Max. I'm not a Traxxas fanboy. I'm not any RC fanboy, to be quite honest. I just like a good truck. And I have to say, the Traxxas Max, guys, it's worth it. It's worth it. I want to put a few more packs through it. At this time, I've only ran 2 packs through the RC. I do see the differences between the version 1 to the version 2. Is it astronomical? No, it's not. But the Max as a basher is a great truck, guys. It is a fun truck to just get out there and bash. Does it need tuning? Yes, it does need some tuning to get it to drive the way you want to drive it. But to just get out there and senselessly just bash this thing and watch a truck that takes a lot of that abuse is amazing. Yes, within reason, you can't just launch this thing 50 feet in the air and think that it's not gonna break. Any RC, if you don't handle it properly, 50 feet in the air is gonna break on you. But I thought this truck, it just takes it. It just takes a lot of the things that I do to it well. I'm looking forward to putting a few more packs in this, see how this thing handles over the next couple of months, and then report to you guys how it does in the final thoughts video. I thought the Traxxas Max V2 for 2021 is just one of those vehicles that I truly enjoy. And I'll even put it like this. I'm gonna throw the V1 and the V2, kind of lump them all together as the top truck for me for 2021 because I just got a V1 for 2021. So for me, getting both of them over the span of a year, a little disappointing. Wish I kind of waited another year and got the truck that I wanted, which is the V2. But I will say that, you know, I did enjoy driving the V1. I'm looking forward to seeing how well the V2 does. But that's it, guys. That's my top 5 for 2021. Down below, leave me what you think was your top truck for 2021. Not from my list, but trucks that you've driven, trucks that you own. What was your top truck? It could be anything, crawler, basher, on-road. I don't care what it is. Hell, if you want to make it a flying vehicle, make it a flying vehicle. But let me know what your top RC was for 2021 down in the comments below. For all you guys that I haven't had a chance to drop that comment to over the holiday season, happy holidays, guys. Looking forward to an amazing 2022.